in this video, I'm going to break down some of the stages of pre-production, because pre-production in itself, it has a stage, and it's better you spend a lot of time on pre-production so that you can have a smooth production and even post-production while you are working on your project. So in this episode, I'm going to discuss some of the tips and the stages that you need to know, that you need to follow while doing pre-production. So the first thing that you do in pre-production is you do a script breakdown. Of course, you have received a script from the writers, from the director, from whoever, or the producer and stuff like that. So in mind, you are the producer or the production manager. So your work, first of all, is to break down the script. And then once you break down the script, you are going to work with the writer and the script supervisor and the director to make sure that the script is broken down to the necessity and even the details that are stipulated in there. So be keen while doing that, so that you don't you avoid you. So you need to make sure that you have checked how many locations does this script have, how many characters does this script have, what are some of the special props that we're going to use in this script, and a lot of things that you can be able to just do an analysis and breakdown of those items. Then the next thing that you're going to do after doing the breakdown is you're going now into budget estimation. So of course, budget estimation is an important phase before you talk to anyone. You are the people like who are the key, we call them above the line crew. Mutakaa chini, mujiite mkutano, muulize tuko na budget ina ready pesa ngapi? You break down the script to come up with an estimate budget. So once you break down the script, you'll come up with an estimate budget. How much are you going to pay the actors? How much are you going to maybe pay the crew? What kind of a camera are you going to use? What kind of sound are you going to record? And how you're going to do the editing. So this is the moment also you need to understand the end before the beginning. So you need to know, like, where am I taking this project? Where am I going to end with this project? Am I going to take this project to Netflix, a streaming platform? Am I going to post this project on YouTube? Am I going to share this project with a TV studio or a TV channel? Make sure you know the end goal. Don't start before knowing the end goal. Okay? Some of us start before knowing the end goal, and it really affects on even the kind of product that we do. So please make sure you know that. Even if you're going to do cinema distribution, if you're going to take it to festivals, just have an understanding, where are you taking the project? Because also the budget you're estimating, it is going to also really play a very important factor on that particular production or on that particular project. Then after doing that, you do that is a bit of financing. So you submit it to the producers, to the directors, to be looking for this money. And once you go into looking for this money, you are talking to investors, you are talking to financial institutions, you're talking to audiences to get this money. There are various ways you're going to use you're going to finance, to maybe to source for finances for the project. Then the next thing that you're going to do after doing the budget, na umepata do. So umepata wasee wamekupromise, kuna mse amekwambia amekupromise 30k, mwingine amepromise 1 million, mwingine amekupromise. So you have all those monies that have come in. So once you find the money, the next thing that you're going to do is to schedule. Come up with a schedule of how you're going to work. Like, come up with a clear schedule that you're going to follow to make sure that your production imeisha mpaka ya marketing. Yani schedule yako unaipiga from pre-production, how long should it take, production, post-production, and even the distribution. How long do you want even this movie to be out there for people to see, maybe in the cinemas, and then from the cinemas maybe you're taking it to streaming platforms and stuff like that. So be very intentional and very clear with the dates while doing your scheduling. So during scheduling also, you'll make sure you also do location scouting and book for those locations that you're going to scout. Okay? So the next thing that you're going to do after scheduling is location scouting. So location scouting will involve a lot. Will involve you making sure that the locations you're going to look for are fitting the script. You're making sure that you're talking and looking for permission, sending permits, like sending agreements to people who have locations, so that you can be you are given permission to use their locations. And also just analyzing that, are these locations suitable for shoot. Unaweza pata location ndio mmepewa for free, but maybe it's very noisy, or the electricity in that area inashinda ikipotea, so mtashinda mkitumia generator. So again, make sure you do your proper location scouting while doing after doing the scheduling, and then the next thing that you're going to do after you've locked your locations, hire in key crew members. And these key crew members also take them to those locations, especially DOP na msewa light na production designer, wapeleke kwa hizo locations, wazione, wajue what they can be able to improve in those sets, or how they can be able to build those sets to fit the script as it is written. Then after that, you've hired the key crew members. Make sure you also this is the process also, you begin doing casting. So at casting moments, you're making sure that you have the cast members who are going to work on that project by doing an audition. So you conduct an audition. So una involve casting director akutafutie actors wenye watakuwa wana participate in that particular project. Then after that, also make sure you also talk to the head of departments. Already umewahire, si ndio? So the next thing you're going to do is get the equipment. Procure the equipment. These are the people who are going to explain to you the kind of equipment you're going to use for you to be able to tell that story. So make sure you talk to them so that you can be able to procure the required equipment for telling that particular story. Then after that, you do what we call, like, you can do shortlisting, then you can do art and wardrobe fitting. Alafu, the other thing you do is rehearsals and rehearsal of cast and technical rehearsal, which is very, very important. Hey, technical rehearsal, very important. Don't ever miss that. And then after that, you need to also make sure that you have your legal and logistics very, very clear. Yes. Msianze kuanza kushoot alafu mnasumbuana tena watu huko mbele. Mkulipa nini? Sijui insurance, sijui license, sijui nini. So make sure your legal and logistics are very much in order, so that you are able to do you are able to have a smooth shoot during production. And then last but not least, make sure you have frequent pre-production meetings with if you're the producer or the director and the production manager. Make sure you have a very frequent pre-production meeting, so that you can be able to secure all the things to be needed for this particular shoot. So please, guys, I've just mentioned it quickly, but I'm having another session in our film clinic where I'll be explaining so much about this in detail. So make sure you've followed all these things that I've mentioned in pre-production. And if there's any other thing that I've not mentioned and you can be able to add, or maybe while doing your production, make sure you follow it so that you don't leave tables unturned. And now, me mentioning about pre-production is, if you don't put a lot of time on pre-production, you're preparing yourself to fail in production, and you'll have a lot of trouble while filming. And please make sure you tune in and stay subscribed, as we bring more lessons and more ideas that we are going to use to learn about filmmaking.